As passenger numbers continue to skyrocket these days, airlines around the US have been quick to add more new leisure-oriented routes. Today we'll be discussing some major route plans that American Airlines has planned for the next few months. But before the video starts, a quick shout out to the Point Sky blog and especially some of the authors over there like Zach, David, and Ben. This is the main source that I use to make these videos. I'll be sure to link all the articles I used in the description of this video in case you want to read them for yourself. Anyway, enough talk, let's get into the video. American Airlines will be offering a whopping 150 total new routes this summer. The carrier recently announced a multitude of new flights, of course aimed at capturing leisure traffic. First off, American is going crazy with tons of new route offerings to Orlando. From June 5th through August 14th, American Eagle is flying their Embraer 175 aircraft from Orlando to cities like Birmingham, Alabama, Dayton, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. All of these routes will be running on Saturdays only. Orlando is of course a major leisure-centric city, home to theme parks like SeaWorld, Disney World, Universal, etc. Therefore, as Americans look for places to travel this summer, it goes without saying that these new routes will come in handy. American has other new routes coming this summer as well. On June 2nd, they started daily service between Nashville and Raleigh with Airbus A319s and Embraer 175s. Raleigh will also receive Saturday-only service to Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Florida, which will be operated seasonally between June 5th and August 15th. From their mega hub in Dallas, American will launch flights to Bangor, Maine, and Burlington, Vermont. And from the Miami hub, they will add more Saturday-only service to Bangor, Huntsville, Alabama, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Rochester, New York. Back in March, American also announced a major expansion from Austin, Texas, which is one of the fastest growing metro areas in the country. Just recently, American announced an even bigger expansion from that city, giving them a total of 24 brand new routes from Austin that have started or will start this year alone. So far, 11 new routes will begin this summer, 2 of which are international. Here's the list. Daily service to Nashville began May 6th on the Embraer 175, but will later increase to twice daily from July 2nd. Las Vegas began on May 6th with the 737-800. This service initially started off at a daily frequency but has since been upgraded to twice daily from June 3rd. Daily service to Orlando and New Orleans began on May 6th, with Orlando running on the 737-800 and New Orleans on the E175. Daily service to Tampa began June 3rd with the Airbus A319. Next, daily service to Raleigh will be beginning on July 2nd with the Embraer 175, but will eventually become twice daily on August 17th. And here's quite a surprising one. Austin to Washington Dulles starts on August 17th, and this will run twice daily on the Airbus A319. There are 4 seasonal routes coming as well, 2 of which are surprisingly international. Service to Aspen, Colorado will operate from June 5th to September 4th on Saturdays only. This service will be on the CRJ-700 as Aspen Airport is very limited when it comes to aircraft size, and as such the CRJ-700 is the only passenger plane flying to that airport currently. In addition, Saturday-only service to Destin, Florida will run from June 5th through August 14th with the Embraer 175. Now on to the 2 newly announced international routes. Both will be operating between June 5th and August 14th. The first will be from Austin to San Jose del Cabo, Mexico on the Airbus A319. The second route was recently announced, and this will be to Nassau, Bahamas. The aircraft type I would assume is also going to be the Airbus A319. Now for the 13 newly announced routes that American is starting in a few months from Austin. Twice daily service to Cleveland, Ohio begins September 8th. Thrice daily to El Paso, Texas begins on September 8th. Twice daily to Indianapolis also September 8th. Daily service to Jacksonville, Florida from September 8th. Twice daily service to Kansas City, Missouri from September 8th. Daily service to Reno, Nevada also begins on September 8th. And twice daily service to St. Louis, Missouri begins September 8th as well. In addition, American will start daily service to Oklahoma City from October 7th and daily service to Tulsa, Oklahoma from November 2nd. Now, American will also launch 4 international flights to add to their currently existing 2 international routes from Austin, those currently being to Cabo and Nassau, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago. On October 7th, American will launch thrice weekly service to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, running on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Then on November 7th, service to Cancun, Mexico, Liberia, Costa Rica, and Punta Cana, Dominican Republic will launch. Cancun and Punta Cana will both run 4 times weekly on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, while Liberia will run 3 times weekly on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. These 13 newly announced routes will be operated by a mix of Embraer 175 and Boeing 737-800 aircraft. The crazy thing here is that even with all of these routes being announced, American has not officially stated that Austin will become a new focus city or hub for them. Wikipedia certainly says otherwise, but just like you learn in school, never trust Wikipedia. Regardless, I am very certain we could see such an official announcement being made very soon, since considering the fact that American serves nearly every part of the country and international routes from Austin, this definitely looks like a hub-caliber airport to me. A few months back, I covered American and JetBlue's brand new Northeast Alliance and the routes that these airlines were rolling out as part of it. Just a few days ago, the two carriers rolled out even more routes as they work to grow the partnership. Effective November 2nd, American will be launching 6 brand new routes from the Northeast, 3 from Boston and 3 from LaGuardia. From Boston, they're going to Cincinnati, St. Louis, and Toronto, and from New York LaGuardia, they'll fly to Houston, Oklahoma City, and Omaha. Most of the flights will be using the Embraer 175s, however LaGuardia to Houston and Boston to St. Louis will both be using Airbus A319s. Unfortunately, the future for American's long-haul network doesn't look too good for this summer. American's Vice President of Network Planning, Brian Knottens, said that due to low demand, American will not be flying to any Eastern European cities or Hong Kong this summer, which is a huge shame. Other markets like Western Europe and Japan will still operate, however seats on these routes are very low, down 70 to 79% compared to pre-pandemic levels. Some good news, however, is that short-haul international routes like those to Central and South America, as well as the Caribbean, are doing great. As such, American will be deploying wide-body aircraft on various routes from Miami. Flights to Cali, Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, Guayaquil, Ecuador, Quito, Ecuador, Lima, Peru, and Port-au-Prince, Haiti will be upgraded to the Boeing 787-8. In addition, the Miami to Bogota, Colombia route will be upgraded to a 777-200ER along with San Juan, Puerto Rico, but San Juan is technically not an international destination. The last major international routes I have to talk about with American are of course their new flights to Athens, Greece, and Delhi, India. From June 3rd, American has launched a new daily seasonal flight from JFK to Athens with the 777-200ER. This comes in light of Greece opening up to all fully vaccinated Americans. As such, American is not the only airline announcing new service to Athens this summer, but Delta and United have also made similar announcements, which we will cover in next week's video. Aside from Athens, later this year on October 31st, American is launching thrice weekly service from New York JFK to Delhi, India with the 777-200ER, which will mark the first time since 2012 where American will fly to Delhi, and India in general. American used to serve Delhi nonstop on the 777 from Chicago, but this route was suspended. This was mainly due to high operating costs and then also increased competition with the Middle Eastern carriers. Now finally, we're going to discuss some more news regarding American's wide-body aircraft. This summer, American will be operating their Miami to Los Angeles and Miami JFK routes exclusively on the Boeing 777, meaning these routes will only be operated by 777s and nothing else. American will also operate wide-bodies on countless other domestic routes from various hubs. Some notable examples include Dallas and Chicago to Anchorage, Alaska, which will both be on the 787-9. Chicago to Orlando will have one daily round trip on a 787-9 as well, and Dallas to Las Vegas will also have one daily round trip on a 777-200ER. There's a huge list of domestic wide-body flights that American is doing this summer, and I'll leave a link in the description below so you can see all the routes that American is operating wide-bodies on this summer. American Airlines has basically ungrounded all of its fleet, meaning that the airline nearly has all of their planes back to flying again. If not, they're getting very close to that point. And as you can see, they're very clearly making plans for where to send all these planes when they come back into service. Flight bookings in the USA have been surging, and airlines are fast approaching pre-pandemic ticket sales, which is a great point to conclude this video on. Let me know what you think of this recent news regarding American Airlines, and please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video regarding Delta and United's route plans for the summer season. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next one.